Draymond, when Kevin and Steph and Clay are having the kind of game like they normally have tonight, how do you determine, hey, when's it best to get to one of those guys?
Whoever's open, whoever got it rolling at that time, passing the ball. Pretty simple job.
Draymond, when you look at the last two games, both slow starts at the beginning against Phoenix and again tonight, in your mind, what do you think is going on that's causing those slow starts?
I think. You want my honest opinion, or you want me to?
You're always honest.
My honest opinion, it's the dog days right now. Like, you usually hit that in January. We haven't really hit that because we got DeMarcus back, and so it kind of gave us an extra boost. We there right now, but we found a way to win both of them. That's what's important.
Draymond, Clay brings his defense every night, but he seems to be on kind of a special little streak right now. What can you say about what he brings in? Should he be an all-defensive team guy this year?
I think so. Clay's always, when we play someone, he's always on the best guard. He give everybody fits that he are. So I definitely think he, deserves to be on an all-defensive team.
Draymond, you mentioned the dog days coming back after the All-Star break. Do you guys start amping things up a little bit, or is there still enough time between now and the playoffs that it's kind of still a drag?
No, you kind of. Usually the way it goes, you get back from All-Star break and you kind of got that, that 4 week period where you got that new life, and then all of a sudden you hit the middle of March and ready to get to the playoffs. So, that's just the nature of this league. Either you hit that middle of March and you're ready to get to the playoffs, or you hit the middle of March and you ship your cars wherever you're going for the summer. So, I've been fortunate enough to not be in that situation, but just got to continue to grind through it, try to get better each and every time we step on the floor. That's always our goal. And, you don't really want to stumble into the playoffs. Last year we did, still able to win it, but you never really want to stumble into the playoffs. So it's time to start gearing up, tighten up on things that you know is going to help win the championship.
Draymond, you hadn't been able to close halves, especially in a close game with Cousins until tonight. What was that like? Did it feel different? And do you see that as a possible closing lineup, maybe even in the postseason?
Yeah, obviously Cuz is a great player. You never know, how that's going to play out. Some nights it may be Cuz, some nights it'll be Andre. Some nights it may be those two and not me. You just never know how it's going to play out. But I think it's a great problem to have, if you want to call it a problem. But I think it went well, and Cuz is starting to find more and more of a rhythm, each game. So I think that's great.
Draymond, with this being Dywane Wade's last game in Oracle, what do you just take away from his career overall and what he's meant?
Oh man, he's been incredible. D-Wade was an inspiration for me. He was, when you talk undersized, like when D-Wade came into the league, he was an undersized two guard, and he beat all the odds. Finals MVP, 3-time champion, 1 million All-Star appearances, 1 million All-NBA teams. I think D-Wade made some All-Defensive teams, if I'm not mistaken. He's had an incredible career. What he's done for that organization. It's been amazing, and yet still out there this year playing well. So, it's good to see a guy. I think if you looked at D-Wade 3 years ago, you kind of worried is it over? And he's battled back from that, and it's good to see a guy who was great as D-Wade was close out on a strong note the way he's playing this year. It's great to see him go out like that. You kind of hate to see a guy limp out of the game, and there are some kids that will see some of these older guys and be like, oh man, he sucked. No, if you knew that guy 5 years ago, but that's just the nature of the business we're in. However, like I said, I think D-Wade is playing amazing this year. It's good to see him go out on a high note.
Draymond, the second and third quarters defensively, you guys seem to really sort of pick it up. I think holding him to 42% from the field. What was the difference there, given how good a shooting team they are?
We stopped giving up offensive rebounds and turnovers in those 2 quarters. They were killing us. in those 2 quarters. And I mean, that's a hard playing team. They're not the best scoring team in the league, but you give them all those extra possessions, and you got a problem. I think at one point they were out rebounding us 19-4. I don't care who you are, you're not guarding that well. So when we cleaned those 2 things up, that was the difference in the points that we were giving up.
Last 2 games, I think both teams, both here tonight and also Phoenix, got 19 offensive rebounds. Is that focus, fundamentals? In your mind, what do you think is going on that allows for that?
I think it's focus. It's not locked in. Your rebound is about wanting the ball. Simple. And, got to lock in on it. We have.
Draymond, coming into this game, the fans received shirts on their chairs that said Black History is Golden. Can you talk about what is golden about Black history for you, and how far do you think we've come?
I think we've come a long ways. Look at the opportunities today and, where Black culture stands. I think Black culture drives a lot of things nowadays. So, that's a step in the right direction. Still got a long ways to go, though.
Great.